I did this video 4 years ago annihilating Nick Wright with facts, irrefutable facts that he can't, refute with anything other than the changing narrative. I'll leave the link to that video in the description. But today he really embarrassed himself. That's the word I'm going to use. Embarrassed himself at the All-Star game with the remarks or what he said about Michael Jordan. So I'm going to let you listen to the audio of what he said, and then I'll commentate about it.
It started before we even knew Jordan was there, because there were tremors felt across Twitter when you saw the clip, if you weren't watching it live, of LeBron saying to Kenny Smith, yeah, the comeback against the Warriors when I became the greatest player ever. And Michael Jordan felt those tremors 6 years ago, which is why the very next day he authorized them to make the last dance. So Wild saw that and he was like, oh, Michael Jordan never went to a Game 7. It never happened. I mean, he did against Reggie Miller and the Pacers and Patrick Ewing and the Knicks and lost them to Isaiah and the Pistons. Finals. But aside from those times, it never happened. No Game 7s. And then you saw it more when we're all of a sudden doing the old thing we used to do with the Seahawks games. Remember, they'd be like, it's the loudest stadium in sports history. We're doing this for top 75 player cheers. We're like, oh, GOAT debate over.
It was.
Michael Jordan got the loudest pop like he's Roman Reigns. And guess who also recognized it, Antoine? Michael. Michael understood that last night was likely the final major NBA event where he is universally recognized as the GOAT. But now, Antoine, Michael, like Wilds and Broussard, recognize, okay, all reigns come to an end. It is time for a transition of power, and I hope my successor is gentle. I hope he's kind. I hope he gives me time to clear everything out and give me a nice honorary title. So that's what my takeaway of all that was.
I wanted you guys to listen to that. I cut it short because a lot of this stuff he says is just rhetoric and, the same perpetual nonsense he keeps saying every single time about this GOAT debate with LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And I gotta tell you, the debate between Michael Jordan and LeBron isn't close, especially when you got guys like this that say the nonsense that they say. What gets under my skin, that gets on my nerves, is yes, Chris Broussard, you can just see it in his face. The stuff he's saying is just embarrassing as a co-host of the show. But don't be afraid to embarrass him on live television if it calls for it. I would have no remorse to embarrass this man when he says something that makes no sense and he doesn't use any type of critical thinking. He just goes off this, narrative to try to sell you that LeBron James is the GOAT. He is not the GOAT. First of all, when you tell Nick Wright he's the GOAT, he likes to bring up Kareem for his 6 championships. What Nick Wright is initially doing is just saying Kareem is better than LeBron and Jordan is better than LeBron because they both have more championship rings than he does. So why do you keep bringing up Kareem when he has more rings than LeBron James? Just the things like that when he says, I wish they would jump all over it and just destroy this man with just simple critical thinking and logic. This debate was never really a debate. I made that video in the beginning destroying Nick Wright. 4-6 versus 6-0. What Nick Wright is basically saying is mediocrity in the finals is better than the guy who set the standard of greatness in the finals. You can't refute facts, Nick Wright, because you want to have a narrative dictate how LeBron James should be perceived as the GOAT. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know. I just wanted to make a quick video. I'll probably do a big time video to embarrass this man again.